Welcome to the podcast about venture capital, where investors and founders alike can learn how VCs make decisions and reach conviction. Your host is Nick Moran, and this is The Full Ratchet.
Welcome back to TFR for a special installment of Investor Stories. In this segment, the investors tell a story about some of the most odd and unusual situations they've ever encountered as investors. This is the segment called The Strange and Unusual. On today's special segment, we have Winter Mead of Operator. Winter, what's the strangest, most unusual, or most memorable pitch you've received?
It wasn't a pitch. It was an annual meeting. I'm not going to disclose the fund, but they know who they are, and a lot of LPs know who they are. It wasn't over the top, in my opinion. It was like very experiential and memorable. And I'm still talking about it like today, like years later. It was rappelling into a black abyss in the middle of a desert to go explore underground caves, to go spelunking. And it was kind of how they started like the annual meeting. They just like how they did like a team building exercise. It was very unique. And like, this was a team building exercise before they went into the actual, like, annual meeting is effectively like a very buttoned up pitch on like the state of a VC fund. So I thought that was like memorable. And those like it didn't take super long. It was like a couple hours. But I think like those types of things, if you can do them and do them in the right way, where everyone feels comfortable, I think that's definitely a memorable one. Definitely something I wouldn't necessarily recommend that one about the VC firms, but if you can be clever in the way you interact with LPs, I think that's appreciated at times.
We will add skydiving to the agenda for the New Stack AGM. On today's special segment, we have Eric Sippel of Sippel Farm. Eric, can you highlight one of the more unique strategies in your portfolio?
Happy to. Not surprising, it's a deep tech strategy, given my affinity towards that. It's a firm in Boston called Rhapsody Ventures. What they do is they look at hard science that's coming out of university, and they have more than 20 multinational industrial partners who are part of their ecosystem. And they're sort of technology scouts in some ways for those multinational partners. And when they find things that they think will be interesting to those partners and they think might be interesting to them as a good investment, those partners will test the technology and sort of test the market and product market fit and things like that. And then Rhapsody, if it's still a go 6 to 18 months later, they'll write a check. And at the same time, because these are scientific founders, oftentimes, and they also self-select for founders that have real self-awareness. They understand that they may be better at science than they are at running a company. And so Rhapsody will come in and sort of do outsource business development and outsource COO work, and then help build the team around the scientific founders. Oftentimes the scientific founders stay on faculty at the university. And so those are the kinds of things, if you think about selection and value add and sourcing and inefficient markets, those are the kinds of things that you add all up. And for me, it's sort of the most differentiated and highest upside I can think of. Now, not to slight the other 30 some odd fund managers where I've invested, because I obviously love all of them. Otherwise, they wouldn't have written a check. But that's, to me, that's something that I think is really unusual.
On today's special segment, we have the legend Tony Wilkins of Standing Oaks. Tony, what is the strangest, most unusual, or most memorable startup pitch you've received?
A friend referred a guy to me because I will talk to anybody. I'll give you 15 minutes just to figure out what you're doing. I'll talk to anybody. But this guy, this is where it started off strange. He said, Garrett's popcorn is not that good. Well, I should have stopped right then and there. Garrett's is the best on the planet. What are you talking about? So Garrett's just isn't that good. I have come up with a popcorn that's just so much better than Garrett's. It's going to be $1 billion popcorn company. Okay, so tell me more. So this guy went on to describe how he was going to buy a building on Canal and 22nd, and he was going to have the popcorn seeds delivered to the top floor. He was going to pop it on the third floor, package it on the second floor, and then bring it down to the delivery places and deliver it out. And all he needed was the money to buy the building. I was like, but has anybody tasted your popcorn? Oh, my grandmother loves it. Now, again, you're starting to see, I should have just started talking about the White Sox or something at this point. But I just kind of was like, well, maybe you might start a little more humbly. Get one of those carts down at Navy Pier and pop it in the kitchen and bring it and see if people other than your family like it. He's like, yeah, okay. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. So after about a half an hour of talking to him, giving him the runway to his $1 billion popcorn empire that was going to put Garrett's in extinction, I kind of went, whoa, well, I hope I, gave him a little reality check there. God bless the great dream. I'm not going to tell him it's completely stupid, but it's a long haul and you never want to dampen anybody's dreams. I had given him my best stuff as diplomatically as I could. And I got a call the next day. Hey, man, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to destroy my dreams. You're trying to make me think small and dream small. And that's because you've already got everything. And your life is already perfect. But I'm going to show you. You can't hold me down. You can't hold me back. I'm going to go make this happen.
Please do. That's
exactly what I said. Those were the words that I did. I said, hey, I'm sorry if I offended you. I gave you the best thing that I've got. I'm not that smart, but, I just thought I would ask the right questions. But you go ahead, make that thing happen. But, oh, man, you help thousands of people. And then you get the one little drop of ink in your glass of sparkling water, and you sit there wondering, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? How could I have done better? But that was the strangest pitch I ever got and response. But 1 out of 7,000. So I'll take those odds.
There's some tough ones out there, right?
Yeah.
We are in the world of the unimaginable, and sometimes that manifests in strange ways. That will conclude this installment of Investor Stories. If you're enjoying the program and would like to see it continue, take a moment and leave a 5-star review in iTunes. Also, if you'd like updates on new content from TFR, as well as the top 10 VC articles every week, go to fullratchet.net and sign up for the newsletter. Okay, that will wrap things up for today. Until next time, over-prepare, choose carefully, and invest confidently. Thanks for joining me.